Brad Silbert, welcome to tonight's broadcast of IHSAA Baseball on Hamilton County Television, presented by Logan Street Signs and Banners, celebrating 27 years in business. We'd also like to thank our other great sponsors, Noblesville Trophies and Green Scene Lawn and Pest. Well, it's kind of an overcast, gray afternoon here in Noblesville. Perry Williams is inside tonight, but he is not here with me tonight. Sitting in for Perry, we have Coach Scott Henson. Scott, many, many years, a head coach here in Northeastern Hamilton County. And welcome aboard, Scott. Nice to have you here with us tonight.
Thanks, Brad.
We have got the second game of a two-game series here. The Royals managed to win it last night in what turned out to be a pretty exciting 7-4 game. Lead went back and forth a couple times, and Royals finally put 4 runs over in the bottom of the sixth to win the game 7-4. But these two teams have got a lot of history and just play tough.
These two teams always play well together. This was always a series that I look forward to coaching in. The fans are great. You get to come play at a stadium like the Dunk, and it's just always good baseball. Something a lot of people may not know is that tough sectional that both these teams play in. These are the two teams that have won the most sectionals in that sectional.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of history and tradition that goes with both of these teams.
Well, we're going to have another exciting game tonight. Got two good pitchers here tonight. First for the Royals. Going to the Hill will be Tyler Schweitzer. What can you tell us about him,
Tyler
Scott?
he's a senior left-hander. He's headed to Ball State University next year. He's got a really good fastball. Those are pretty decent slider as well. His changeup is probably one of his best out pitches. If he's got control of at least 2 of those 3 pitches, then Noblesville's going to have a tough time tonight.
And for the Millers, it'll be Camden Nagel on the mound.
Camden is a junior. He's 3-1 on the season. Coach Kiever told me he's got a fastball that sits anywhere between 84 to 85. Has pretty good control. Has a couple good off-speed pitches. So as long as he's hitting his spots, they're hoping to keep Hamilton Southeastern off balance a little bit.
Well, we were talking before we went on the air about some of the differences between the two teams. One of the biggest differences here is the Royals have played 5 fewer games than the Millers. But the Royals with only 4 losses, and they have not lost a game on the road this season.
Yeah, they're 4-0 on the road, and that's great. It's always nice to have that kind of a mark when you're on the road. Especially when you get into the type of schedule that HSE plays, and some of the places you're going in and playing. I mean, this is a tough place to play. Going into Westfield, going into Brown, a lot of these places that are in the conference, they're tough places to go in and play. So the fact that you're going in and you're 4-0 so far in the season, that's a good indication of what kind of ball club you are.
Well, I'm looking forward to another great game tonight, Scott. I think that last night was a good game, and I think tonight will be equally as good for both of these teams. And as we alluded to a few moments ago, that the Royals last 10 games they're 7-3. Noblesville is 6-4. Royals are on a 3-game winning streak. Millers obviously with 1 loss in their streak, but both these teams got some punch. The Millers have got Caden Ellis, Brady Walden, Lucas Williams, and DJ Owen, who are all batting at 300 or over. Royals have got 3 batters batting over 300, and Grayson Drosty, he's batting 370, so he's hitting very, very well. Anthony Eggers, their first baseman, at 357, and Cole DeWale at 333, followed by Jack DeWolf and Matthew Buckingham. So I think we're going to see some, I don't know if we're going to see a lot of hits tonight, but we are definitely going to see the ball hit. We're going to take a break here, and we'll be back with the start of the game after these messages from our sponsors.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for Logan Street Signs and Banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street. This is South 10th.
We moved 22 years ago.
Well, how come you didn't change the name?
That would have just confused people.
Well, actually, South 10th is Allisonville, if you're from Fishers.
Well, before that it was 37A, and before that it was State Road 37.
So you're telling me that Logan Street signs and banners isn't on Logan Street anymore. It's actually on South 10th. That's Allisonville and Fishers. And before that, it was 37A and 37?
So you got that straight?
Logan Street signs and banners conveniently not located on Logan Street, but rather South 10th Street in Noblesville.
Exactly. Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street. This is South 10th.
We moved 22 years ago.
Well, how come you didn't change the name?
That would have just confused people.
Well, actually, South 10th is Allisonville, if you're from Fishers.
Well, before that, it was 37A, and before that, it was State Road 37.
So you're telling me that Logan Street signs and banners isn't on Logan Street anymore. It's actually on South 10th. That's Allisonville and Fishers. And before that, it was 37A and 37?
So you got that straight?
Logan Street signs and banners conveniently not located on Logan Street, but rather South 10th Street in Noblesville.
Exactly.
Welcome back to Dunker Field. The Noblesville Millers and the Hamilton Southeastern Royals going at it tonight here in Noblesville. Camden Nagel is on the mound for the Millers. The Millers defensively will have Lucas Williams in left, Cole Barnes in center, Zach Groover in right, Cade Nellis at third, Miles Cooper at shortstop, DJ Owens at second, Matthew Peak at first. Ethan Immel will be the catcher, and as I said just a moment ago, it'll be Camden Nagel on the mound. Scott, let's talk a little bit about this batting order for the Hamilton Southeastern Royals. They come in here, and they got some big bats coming right out of the box there.
Yeah, Anthony Eggers is a great leadoff hitter. Last year he had I want to say he had 22 walks on the season. Does a great job of commanding the strike zone. Understands exactly where the pitches that he hits the best are. One thing he's done a lot better this year is he's just hit the ball a lot better. So he's seeing pitches better off the bat. I think you saw that in the game last night when he hit two line shots right back at the pitcher. Then you've got, Grayson Drosty is a returning. He was the leading home run hitter in the conference last year. Had 7. Now he doesn't have any this year, but he's always a threat to go deep like that. So that's somebody they got to keep an eye on too. Matt Buckingham has been doing really well. They've got great kids in this lineup up and down, especially led by that senior class. They got great seniors, outstanding young men, and that always helps when you have good kids.
It certainly does. Well, we are just about ready for the first pitch. Camden Nagel is ready on the mound. Ethan Immel is there behind the plate. And Scott and I up here in the press box trying to do what we can do to make this an enjoyable game for you tonight. Anthony Eggers steps in, as we were saying, I got him at 357 is the batting
What I got.
average. Takes the first pitch for ball one.
That's what I was telling you. He's got a very good eye.
The 1-0 pitch on the way. Eggers fouls that one back over to the left side, evens up the count at 1-1. Nice night here in Noblesville, although south of here there was a lot of rain today, but up in this area there was not much rain. 60 degrees, a northerly wind at about 5 miles per hour right now. That one's a little bit high, makes it 2 balls, 1 strike on the leadoff batter, Anthony Eggers, left fielder for the Royals. Maybe a little first inning jitters here, Scott. The 2-1 pitch fouled back, evens it up at 2-2.
2-2 count as a hitter. You're looking to try to put the ball in play. A lot of times you'll see guys choke up a little bit, move up in the box, step toward the pitcher. See how he's shortened up a little bit there.
Here's the 2-2 pitch.
Ooh, that's a good pitch right there.
Right over the outside corner, about a letter high. And Anthony Eggers is rung up for the first out of the inning.
It's one of those 2-2 pitches that, as a coach, you hate to see your player take with 2 strikes.
That was close, and of course, I don't know if any of these teams may have seen this umpiring crew before. So it takes a little while to, they got to learn the umpires there. There's a nice little comeback right to Nagel. He pitches it over to Matthew Peak, and 2 are down already here in the top of the first.
If you're Noblesville, this is what you like to see right here. Grayson Drosty coming to the plate with nobody on base.
Yeah, definitely. Grayson, see, I've got him at 370. Wow.
And he's really come on of late. What did you...
Okay.
I printed mine off this morning.
Okay. Swing and a miss by Drosty for strike 1. 2 outs. We're in the top of the first. Nagel easily retired the first 2 Royals, working on the number 3 batter, Grayson Drosty now. That one's a little low and inside, evens up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike.
They're going to try to avoid his sweet spot if at all possible. Probably see some off speed here in the next couple of pitches.
Humidity's pretty high today, so it's going to take quite a poke to get this ball out of here if they try to get it out of here today, but not saying it can't be done.
I've seen him when we were in Kentucky last year. I saw him hit one about 400 feet in about 40-degree weather. So,
well, I have seen balls in this park hit across State Road 32.
Oh, yeah. I remember when Matt Gorski hit one it landed in a truck out there.
That one's a little bit low and outside. Nice stop there by Ethan Immel. Two balls, 2 strikes on the number 3 hitter, Grayson Drosty.
Is that right? 2-2.
That one's inside. That just caught him. Just caught him on the shoulder.
Yep. Well, yeah. You get him on the hip?
Yeah, he got him on the side or on the arm, but anyways, any way you look at it, Grayson Drosty is on first with 2 outs. Coach Keever came out, just asked for a brief explanation on that one, and the way Drosty took off for first base, I think he felt he got
He knew
hit.
immediately.
And I don't think there was any doubt in the home plate umpire's mind either. Brayton Harrison batting cleanup, the third baseman for Jeremy Sassanella.
Brayton had 2 big hits last night, drove in 2 runs.
That one's low and inside, 1-0.
Drosty is not much of a threat to steal over there.
No, he's not getting much of a lead. Ground ball to the shortstop. Cooper Miles scoops it up, sends it over to DJ Owens. So on the fielder's choice, the Royals go down. In the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left on the bases. We're through a half an inning. Nothing for the Royals. Miller's coming up to bat.
Can I help you?
Yeah. I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street.
We moved 22 years ago.
You're telling me that Logan Street signs and banners isn't on Logan Street anymore?
Exactly.
So what are you saying?
Logan Street signs and banners, conveniently not located on Logan Street, but on South 10th Street in Noblesville, Indiana.
Welcome back to Dunker Field. I'm Brad Selbert along with Scott Henson. The Royals went down, 1-2-3-4. 1-hit batsman. But now the Millers will have a chance in the bottom of the first. And just talk a little bit more about Tyler Schweitzer, Scott.
Tyler's he's a high energy kid. He loves the game. He'll battle. He's very intense out on the mound. He's got a sneaky fastball. It gets on you a little bit quicker than what you'd expect. He's not an imposing figure. I mean, he's not one of these great big tall left-handers
not
like HCTV's had
overpowering.
before. He's not overpowering, but he's gonna be 87, 88. Which is from the left side that can be sneaky fast, and then he's got a really good changeup. He's got a good curveball, nice little slider. Like I said before, if he can get 2 of those pitches working and working well, then Noblesville's going to have a tough go of it.
Well, the games I've seen him pitch in so far this season, I believe he's 2-2 if I'm not mistaken.
But he's pitched well. I mean, he's 27 strikeouts, only 5 walks, so he's done a good job this year.
Yeah, and he's a couple times he's been the victim of a little or no run support, shall we say?
Right.
Yeah, but
that happens.
Schweitzer's going to face the 1, 2, and 3 batters: Ethan Immel, DJ Owens, and Miles Cooper. Here in the bottom of the first. First pitch to Ethan Immel is fouled back for strike 1.
Those guys after my own heart. I always liked swinging at that first pitch. A lot of times it's the best one of the game.
Second pitch to Immel. That one hits the lower outside of the corner. He's in the hole 0-2.
And that's one thing that the HSE pitchers have done a really good job of this year, is really working the count or getting ahead in the count.
Swing and a miss. Ethan Immel goes down swinging for the first out in the bottom of the first inning. That'll bring up the second baseman, DJ Owens. Owens comes in batting right around 300. He had a couple very, very nice defensive plays in the ball game last night at HSE.
He's a good one. He's been a starter here for 3 years.
First pitch to Owens is a called strike 1.
And like we talked about, schools with the traditions like this and the programs that we got, if you're a 3-year starter at one of these schools, that means you must have some pretty good ability.
That one hits the outside corner. That's 5 strikes in a row that have been thrown by Schweitzer to start this game.
Pound in the mitt.
Another thing that's nice about Tyler is he doesn't fiddle around out there. He gets out there, he gets that ball, and he's ready to pitch.
Well,
that one's over the inside corner. Second strikeout already for Schweitzer. 2 up, 2 down.
And that's what I was saying. He's an energy guy, and when he gets in that rhythm, and it'd be good for what you may see Noblesville start doing is stepping out, doing things to kind of break that rhythm.
Well, the Royals come in here with a little bit of momentum too, Scott. With the fact that they played a tough game last night and fell behind, but then late in the game they did manage to take the lead and win. So that's got to give them a little, a pretty good feeling coming in.
Yeah, anytime
today.
you win the first game of the series, of the matchup, of these conference matchups, it makes you feel a little bit better and give you a little bit of cause to relax a little bit going into that second game. So they're playing a little bit more relaxed than maybe what Noblesville might be tonight.
A ball and a strike on Miles Cooper.
So
there's one that's going to. That's a fair ball that's going all the way down into the right field corner. Cooper's going to have at least 2. Ball gets in, and Miles Cooper is on second base with the Millers' first hit of the game and a 2-base hit. Good job of hitting there by Miles Cooper.
Well, he did what you look to do, 2 strikes. You just want to put the ball in play.
Did a good job of protecting the plate.
Well, an 0-2 pitch, that's one of those things that I bet Tyler Schweitzer wishes he'd had that pitch back. Probably got a little bit too much of the plate with that 0-2 pitch.
Schweitzer has yet to throw a ball in this game. Everything has been in the strike zone. 2 outs and 1 on for the Millers, threatening here in the bottom of the first. Caden Ellis, the third baseman, steps in.
There's the first ball. You jinxed him. Good job.
I certainly did. Well, you know how baseball people are.
It happens. It happens.
It was bound to happen sooner or later. 1-0. Royals trying to hold the runner there. That one's going to go to the second baseman, Houston. Houston gets it over to first, but throws wide. And we'll have to see whether they're going to rule that a hit or an error. I'm not sure. That was
a tough play going with middle.
That was a really tough play. So I'm going to call that a hit.
That's a hit.
Scott.
Yeah.
Second hit of the inning for
the
Millers. And that's going to bring up the designated hitter, Brady Walden, batting in the 5 slot. Millers with runners at first and third.
First and third here with 2 outs. Sometimes you might, depending on once you get down in the count, you might look at Noblesville possibly doing something to try to get that runner in from third.
Well, Jake Houston did a good job of stopping that ball at second base there.
Yeah, he saved a run from being scored just by making that play.
If that ball goes through, that's the Millers are on the board.
Right.
But he was unable to make the play at first. Just have to see here if the Millers are going to try a little razzle-dazzle here with a steal here.
Schweitzer's got a pretty decent move, so
Yeah.
there may be a case where they could wind up in a first and third situation just from him picking somebody off.
Yeah. And being a lefty, that's an advantage to him also.
Ball's up.
First pitch to Walden is a ball high. Miller's threatening here in the bottom of the first. First 2 batters went down on strikeouts. One and 0. Swing and a miss evens the count up at 1-1 on Walden.
It's one of those things that always used to drive me nuts is you get the first 2 outs nice and easy, and then all of a sudden we forget what's going on.
Oh, it's all part of the game, though, isn't it? 1-1 pitch coming to Walden. Swing and a miss.
Challenged him. Came right at him.
Yeah. Good pitch and a good swing by Walden there. If he'd have gotten all of that, I think that could have been out on State Road 32.
He might look to try to elevate that same fastball.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. No score here in the bottom of the first. Over to first.
So here's that situation I was talking about. You're down in the count, 2 strikes.
I think the Millers might try a little razzle-dazzle on the bases here.
Well, if you would, this would be the time to do it when your batter's down in the count.
Schweitzer looks home. The 1-2 pitch is high. 2 balls and a strike.
So they'd like to see Tyler zone in here, really focus on the batter.
2 balls and 2 strikes, excuse me. Schweitzer's sailed through the first 2 batters and gave up 2 hits. Swing and a miss. So in the bottom of the first for the Millers, there's no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on the bases at the end of 1. Still no score. We'll be back on Hamilton County Television.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street. This is South 10th.
We moved 22 years ago.
Well, how come you didn't change the name?
That would have just confused people.
Well, actually, South 10th is Allisonville. If you're
Welcome back to Dunker Field. I'm Brad Silbert along with Coach Scott Henson here from Noblesville tonight. 60 degrees at game time. Not much wind, but what there is coming out of the north. Humidity 91%. Scott, not really what you would call good baseball weather, but not super bad.
Tell you what, not ideal, but compared to what we've had the last week, I've been in this situation. I remember, these are the times that are the most frustrating because you spend half your time wondering, are we going to play the game? What do we got to do to dry the field out? So I know that's frustrating and irritating for the coaches, but, when you have the HCC, they are very lucky. Most of the fields that are in that conference are excellent fields, and most of them drain very well. Majority of the time you're gonna have a good surface to play on no matter where you're at.
Hamilton Southeastern this year, they were blessed with the fact that they ended up with a tarp.
Yeah.
If it hadn't been for that, there probably would not have been a game at HSE.
Oh, they wouldn't have played last night for sure because
Yeah.
the dunk. I live right across the street over in that neighborhood, so I drive by this field all the time. So I always peek over and take a look and see what condition it's in.
Jake Houston, the number 5 batter for the Royals, steps up. There's a hot shot going down into the left field corner. Houston's probably going to have a stand-up double here, a leadoff double for Jake Houston. Boy, he took that first fastball pitch, and he just jumped on that, and Caden Ellis tried to move over to his right to make a play on that, but he just was just literally just inches out of his reach.
That ball was smoked. Brooks Robinson might have been able to make that play.
Yeah.
That's about it.
So the Royals get their first hit of the day. That's going to bring up the catcher, Jack DeWolf.
Jack's got a little bit of pop. He's left the yard this year. Good RBI situation.
Nagel really taking his time, waiting to deliver. Finally sends the ball in. That one's low for ball one. Wolf does a nice job behind the plate. Both of these catchers for the Royals and the Millers are both experienced and very good behind the plate.
Yeah, Emmel's, this is, I believe, his second year starting. A great story about Justin Kiefer telling him that he was going to be looking to be a starter last year at catcher. He basically went to him and said, "Hey, I need you to gain about 25 pounds." And Justin said the type of kid he is, he looked at him and said, "Okay, coach."
Just send me to McDonald's.
Yep, tell me what you got to do. Just wait till he gets older.
1-0 on Houston. Nagel really taking his time here with that runner on second and no outs. There's one that's going to go through.
Great piece of hitting right there by DeWolf.
And they're gonna challenge at home.
Oh, he's got it. Nice.
And he's got it.
RBI for DeWolf.
I think what Coach Sassanella saw there at third base, Scott, is he saw that ball was not hit that hard. Groover wasn't playing that far back, but it kind of got caught in the grass there. And DeWolf is on. Take a look at
this
the replay
right here. What
here.
you want to look at right here is DeWolf on the throw. Probably could have taken second base. It's a tough look though because that ball goes all the way to the plate. He should be at second base.
1 run, 2 hits so far in the inning. No outs for the Royals, and that brings up the right fielder Matthew Buckingham. And we're going to get a courtesy runner for DeWolf at first base. And it looks like that's I think it's Jake Stout,
Jake Stout.
if I'm seeing it right.
Jake's a good base runner. He's got some speed.
What's your feeling in the courtesy runner for the pitcher and catcher?
It's great. It's nice for the game. It speeds it up a little bit. Lets you get a little more, some more kids involved. When they first put that rule in, we first started to look at that. We were kind of against it, but because it isn't traditional baseball, but at this level, it helps get more guys involved. It's turned out to be
well. They've done it in softball for years.
Yeah.
First pitch to Buckingham is low for ball one.
I didn't miss by much.
Nope. So the Royals have jumped. Go ahead.
Buckingham's a physical specimen. If you've ever seen him, he's a big, strong kid.
Strong kid, yes, he is.
He's just a good athlete.
Outfielder's not playing real deep for Matthew. There's a ground ball. Can they get two? Over to second.
Goodness.
That one goes across right over DJ Owens. And I think we're going to have to call an error there, an E6 on that one.
Yeah.
And Jack DeWolf ends up on third base, so the first error of the game. Unfortunate set of circumstances there because as hard as that ball was hit, Scott, Miles had plenty of time to make a throw.
Yeah.
And I think they probably would have gotten two on that.
Yeah, it'd have been close. I mean, that's something that Justin Kiefer just talked to me about earlier today when I talked to him, was just the win in the freebie battle and make sure they play catch and just do the small things. So that's certainly going to cause some heartache for Coach Kiefer over there in that third base dugout.
Cam Bowling steps in. He's a designated hitter, hitting in the 8th spot. Still no outs, 1 in. Runners on the corner for the Royals. There's a hot shot between third and the shortstop, and the Royals have got another run, Scott.
They're sitting on fastballs right now. He's having a little trouble with off speed.
2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error so far here in the top of the second. It's still no outs. Runners on first and second now. I noticed that the Millers, I thought maybe they might try to play in on that to prevent that run coming in from third, but the infield was playing more at a double play depth.
Yeah, they're trying to still get that double play.
No outs.
Nobody out.
Jordan Milliken steps in, the shortstop. Milliken looks to bunt. The ball gets away from Immel briefly, but not far enough for any of the Royal runners to advance. You know, people always say how important pitching is, pitching. But, boy, if you don't have that good receiver behind the plate, that's equally as important in my view.
Well, you have a good catcher, it improves every single pitcher on the mound.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you have 1 or 2 good pitchers and just a decent catcher, then that doesn't do much to help your whole staff.
1-0 on Jordan Milliken. Nagel turned to throw, but nobody was covering second base.
Doing that to look to see if he was going to slide his hands down on the bat, maybe show bunt again, since he showed it last time. I didn't see any indication that he was going to bunt this time, but that doesn't mean he's not.
Here comes
there it is. Oh,
yep,
that's another strike. Oh no,
missed.
Wow.
I thought that was gonna be a called strike.
I think he might have called it if Immel hadn't dropped to his knees when he caught it.
Mm-hmm. 1 ball, 1 strike is the count. I didn't realize he called that first pitch a strike.
Mm-hmm.
No outs, runners on first and second, 2 in already for the Royals here at the top of the second. The 1-1 pitch. Did he pull it back in time?
Yep,
I think
he got
did,
it back.
Yeah.
They didn't call it.
2 balls, 1 strike on Jordan Milliken. He's a .263 batter.
Oh, he called that a strike?
Now they've decided that it was a strike. Okay.
They did call it a strike. See what happens here. Sometimes some coaches will still have that bunt on even with 2 strikes. Milliken's pretty good with the bat, though. He can control it pretty good, and he's got a home run this year, so he's got some pretty good pop.
The 1-2 pitch on the way to shortstop. Could be 2 here. They got him.
Ooh.
Oh.
That was close at first.
Yes, it was. The 6-4-3 double play gets Milliken at first. And bowling is erased, but in the play, Matthew Buckingham moves up to third. And the Royals are back to the top of the order with Anthony Eggers coming up to bat for his second time at the plate tonight. He was called out on strikes in the first inning. First pitch to Eggers is over the inside corner of the plate. Called strike 1.
Struck out the last time. That's not something that happens to him very often. He's only struck out 6 times on the year.
And he struck out looking.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is his second at bat, and he should know the umpire's zone by now. And Anthony's a good, smart ball player.
Yeah.
He'll. I would be very surprised to see him get called out on strikes again. Of course, he doesn't strike out very often either.
Mm-mm.
2 in, 2 out. Runner on third for the Royals in the top of the second. There's a ground ball picked up by Owens. Millers are going to get out of this with only giving up 2 runs in the inning. So in the top of the second for the Royals, there were 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, 1 left on the bases. Middle of the second, Royals 2, Millers nothing.
Can I help you?
Yeah. I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street.
We moved 22 years ago.
You're telling me that Logan Street signs and banners isn't on Logan Street anymore?
Exactly.
So what are you saying?
Logan Street signs and banners, conveniently not located on Logan Street, but on South 10th Street in Noblesville, Indiana.
Welcome back to Dunker Field, home of the Noblesville Millers. The Hamilton Southeastern Royals visiting the Millers here tonight at the Dunk. And visiting with us tonight is none other than Coach Scott Henson. Scott, it sure is nice to have you here. We must explain. Perry Williams and his wife are going to see Amy Grant this evening.
That'll be a good time.
And he said something to me about a week and a half ago. He said, "Hey," he says, "are you going to be there for that game on Friday?" I said, "Yeah, I'll be there." And he says, "Well, I'm going to go see Amy with Amy Grant." And as soon as he said that, I said to him, "I said, well, let's see if we can get Scott Henson to come up and sit in for a game with us." And it's great to have you here, Scott.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's always good to come watch a ball game at the Dunk.
We're moving into the bottom of the second inning here on Hamilton County Television. Millers and Royals brought to you by Logan Street Signs and Banners. Also on Hamilton County Radio today, I believe. Correct, Will? So we are all over the place on social media, on the website, just all kinds of places you can watch us. All over the world, people are watching and listening to you tonight, my friend Scott. The 6, 7, and 8 batters will come up for Justin Keever here in the bottom of the second. That'll be Zach Groover, Matthew Peak, and Cole Barnes. Millers would like to get this either evened up or maybe take a lead here.
Groover's only batting .263, but he's one of the top guys on the team in hits, so he's got the ability to put the ball in play.
Swing and a miss. He's in the hole, 0-2. Groover, the right fielder. That one's right across the plate, and he goes down looking for the first time tonight. Strikeout number 4 for Tyler Schweitzer. All four of his outs have come on the strikeout so far, Scott. Matthew Peak, the first baseman, steps in. I got him batting about 190. Takes the first pitch for ball 1. There's a called strike, evens up the count 1-1. Millers threatened at the bottom of the first, but couldn't get anything in. Royals came right back in the top of the second. He scored 2 to take a 2-0 lead. The pitch from Schweitzer is a little bit low. 2-1.
Peak's only batting 190, but he's leading the team in triples, so tells you he's got some speed. Looking where the third baseman's playing, wouldn't be a bad idea for him to drop one down for a hit here.
Yeah. If he can get down the line, he's going to definitely have 2 because Harrison is a good, at least 20 feet off that base. The 3-1 pitch, swing and a miss. That was a nice off-speed pitch there by Schweitzer.
That's that changeup I was talking to you about. 3-1's a good count to throw that changeup, and you've got belief in it like Tyler does.
Full count pitch, little high. So the Millers have got a base runner here in the bottom of the second. That'll bring up center fielder Cole Barnes.
It's only the 6th walk he's given up all year.
Are you getting a chuckle out of the at-bat music?
Oh, I love it. I love it. That was always one of my favorite things. Listening to the stuff. My favorite and worst thing was dealing with that, but once they got it figured out, it was always fun.
Barnes takes a swing and a miss. They're paying him to really pull the ball far down into the right field corner, giving him a lot of space out there in right center field. That ball gets away from DeWolf, but not far enough away to give Peak the opportunity to try to take second.
It's one of those situations where if this was you had a third base umpire, they might have been able to check that and get a call there. But 1 ball, 1 strike, a throw over to first. Ooh boy.
That was kind of a dangerous play there on the part of Matt Peak. He went back in standing instead of sliding.
Yeah.
And he,
I'm sure
he
Coach
almost
Lance
got caught.
I'm sure Coach Lance is telling him over there, hey, we'll wash the jerseys. All right, it's okay.
We got a lot of detergent, huh? 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Cole Barnes. Peak not getting a real long lead off over there at first, but swing and a miss. Another strikeout. All 5 of Tyler Schweitzer's outs have come via the strikeout.
Well, as I'm sure HEC's coaching staff is enjoying the strikeouts, but at the same time, that starts eating into your pitch count.
Yes, it does.
So what you want to see here is start pitching toward the, try to hit a few more bats and get a few more of these one-pitch outs, Lucas Williams.
Williams takes the first pitch over the outside corner for a called strike 1. Williams, the regular left fielder for the Millers. That one's a little bit outside, evens the count up. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I'm sure you've heard of Sandy Koufax, right?
Oh, yes. Yes.
One of the things that he always said
I remember him very well.
I became a much better pitcher when I started trying to hit bats instead of missing them.
Mm-hmm. The 1-1 pitch from Schweitzer is up high. Peak is going to second. Is he going to have an opportunity to go to third as the ball bounced into center field? But Cole DeWale, as soon as that ball left the catcher's mitt, he was running in towards second base to make sure that Peak wouldn't have the opportunity to go any farther. So the Millers have got...
It's good hitters count here with a runner in scoring position.
A runner in scoring position and 2 outs. Lucas Williams up there with a 2-1 count. The 2-1 pitch.
Yeah, that's a good pitch.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, they called a strike.
Yeah, that was a nice off-speed pitch there.
2-2. That should tell you how Tyler's feeling out there on the mound. He's throwing a 2-1 curveball for a strike like that.
Yep. Swing and a miss.
Yep.
We are through 2. Millers and the Royals. Royals ahead 2-0. We'll be back on Hamilton County Television.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake. Yeah.
It's a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got a counter right here. Isn't this where you place the orders?
We sell trophies, we sell plaques, we do embroidery. No food.
You got carry out?
Unlike the internet, everything that you need we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
You know, Jim, I'll be back tomorrow to pick it all up.
We'll wait for you.
Don't wait long.
Welcome back to Dunker Field here in Noblesville, Indiana. Kind of a gray and gloomy day, but Scott, there's nothing better than being at the baseball field,
if you're gonna have
regardless
to spend,
of what the weather is.
If you're going to have to spend time outside on a gray day like this, there's no better place to be than a ballpark.
And the fans are appropriately dressed. I see a lot of sweatshirts out there, but the saving grace for the day is that it's not a very windy day. It's calm in that. Don't forget, coming up this week, election night coverage in Hamilton County coming up on Tuesday night. Sectional lacrosse also coming up on Tuesday. So a lot of things going on here on Hamilton County Television. Royals will send the 2, 3, and 4 batters up in their batting order here in the top of the third. Cole DeWale grounded right back to the pitcher in the first inning.
Cole's third on the team in RBIs.
Takes a low strike for strike 1. Like anybody else, we've got to learn the umpire zone too. 0-1 on DeWale. That one hits the outside corner, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch from Nagel. That one hit him. So that is the second hit batsman for the game so far, Scott.
Mm-hmm.
The other one was Grayson Drosty, who's coming to the plate right now. And he had him on an 0-2 count. That's the kind you hate to lose.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what you, as a coach, you hate anything that happened on 0-2. Where, you give up a hit on 0-2, you hit up a guy with a pitch on 0-2. What you're looking to do is try to put a competitive pitch in there, but not something that's too good they can do something with. And you certainly don't want to give up a free pass like that.
DeWale took a nice lead there at first, but did not go.
Cole's got pretty good speed over there.
Drosty took the first pitch for strike one.
Wales got 4 stolen bases on the season, which puts him second on the team. The stolen base, the dying statistic in baseball.
The 0-1 pitch way outside.
That's why I think Ricky Henderson's record of 1,400 stolen bases will never be broken.
Of course, I remember as a kid watching Lou Brock when he played for the Cubs and the Cardinals. One ball, one strike on Grayson Drosty. There's a ground ball just out of the reach of Miles Cooper, and the Royals have got the first 2 runners aboard with no outs.
Might see some action in the bullpen.
That'll bring up Brayton Harrison. Royals are scheduled to go to Plymouth tomorrow to play. I haven't looked to see what the Millers have got on tap this weekend. I know tomorrow is prom night in Miller Land, so I don't believe that they have any games scheduled tomorrow.
That's always a nightmare, trying to have a game on prom day.
Yeah. DeWale on second, Drosty on first, Harrison at the plate. Nagel turns to throw, nobody there to throw to, and Cole DeWale was not taking too much of a lead there at second.
Well, I doubt you'll see Harrison bunting here, but you never know.
Yeah, I was surprised to see him square before that first pitch.
That's a good bunt, too.
Nice bunt. They got to get the coverage over to first, and they do. DJ Owens gets over there and makes the play for the first out. But the sacrifice is successful, and the Royals have got 2 runners in scoring position with Jake Houston coming in. Jake had a hot shot right down the third base line into the corner for a double his first time up.
It's always a nice tool to have in your pocket as a 4-hole hitter that can bunt.
Yeah. I was surprised to see that, though, Scott, just like you. I was surprised.
Jake hit the ball hard last time, so getting some runners, 2 runners in scoring position with him is not a bad idea.
Yeah,
right
no,
there.
I understand the idea, but you got your cleanup hitter up there and asking him to bunt. That's very rare.
Right.
Oh, 0-1 on Houston. That one's way outside, evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Caden Ellis playing maybe about 10 feet off the base, but he's right on the infield grass. If Houston can put that ball where he hit it last time, he's going to have another double.
Yeah. He's also up playing right there with the anticipation there may be a chance for a suicide squeeze possibility.
Yes. Mm-hmm. That one bounces in. Nice stop there by Immel.
2-1 count. Good hitters count here for Houston. If you're in this situation, you want to be sitting on something that you can drive.
Good stop there by Immel. Probably saved a run.
Oh, yeah.
2 balls and a strike. The pitch from Nagel. Houston takes that
Ball's
one.
down.
That had to be a little bit low because it
Must have
looked
been down.
like,
It was right down the middle.
Yeah, it
I'm
was
sitting right on the plate, so.
it was close. 3 balls and a strike on Jake Houston. You tell him to take this, or you give him the green light if it's good?
Nah, you let him hit. Let him swing here.
The 3-1, that's outside. The Royals have the bases loaded here with Jack DeWolf coming up.
Jack had a base hit last time, so he's looking to try to score a couple more runs.
Jack with one of the 3 Royals hits. Or actually 4 Royals hits now. That's going to bring out the pitching staff from Noblesville. Scott, let's just talk while we got a moment here. Of course, this is a transition year for the Hoosier Crossroad Conference. Previously, with 7 teams, played each team 3 times. Now, with the addition of Franklin Central, now we're playing the teams twice. What's your feeling on that?
It's understandable why they did it. Moving to 8 teams, it'd be difficult to get in the non-conference games that you want to have. But I know that there's several coaches that were in the conference that really enjoyed the 3-game series. It gave it more of a college feel, And in baseball, that's why there's a 7-game World Series. That's
Exactly.
That's why you don't have a 1-game Super Bowl, because baseball's a funny game and anything can happen in 1 or 2 games. You want to see who can finish it out,
Jack DeWolf, the catcher, steps in, had a base hit his first time up. Scored the second of the Royals' runs. There's one. They're going to go home for the force at home. They get it, but they're not going to get the runner at first. So nice play there by Cade Nellis going to first for the second out of the inning. And DeWolf officially will reach on a fielder's choice. And that'll bring up Matthew Buckingham. He reached in the second inning on an error, but the Royals have still got the bases loaded, and they are threatening here.
You have to be careful. You can't leave one out over the plate here. Buckingham could make this a 6-0 game pretty quick.
Very easily. Yeah, you're right. He's got the strength to do it.
Well, there's a line
He's
drive.
going to get at least 2. So Buckingham settles for a single, but 2 RBIs. That scores Grayson Drosty from third, and Jake Houston from second, puts Jack DeWolf over on second. Let's see, that's the only the second hit of the inning. The 2 runs so far. That brings up Cam Bowling. Bowling had a single in the second inning.
He swung at that first pitch last time. We'll see what they do with him first pitch this time.
Nellis really taking his time out there, Scott.
Some guys can stay in the box and wait it out. Some guys don't have the patience. I was a guy, I had a short attention span, so if I sat in there too long, I need to get out. Start over again.
That one's over the outside corner for a called strike on Bowling. He's down in the count 0-1. 4-0 here in the top of the third. Royals ahead of the Millers. 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Royals. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error for the Millers. The 0-1 pitch. That one almost gets away from Immel in the dirt.
Immel does a great job keeping that one in front of him.
Yes, he did
Keep
a
the runners
very
where they're
good
at.
job on that.
Last thing you want to do is put 2 more runners in scoring position with somebody who just stroked one last time.
Yep. Jack DeWolf on second. Matthew Buckingham on first. Cam Bowling at the plate.
That one hit the batter after it bounced.
Ooh. Going to third. He throw was a little bit high.
That's Jake Stout at third. He came in and ran for Jack, courtesy runner.
Yeah, same as last.
Same
inning.
as last time. So here we are. We got those runners in second, third. Bowling's looking for something he can drive.
Up there with a 2-ball, 1-strike count. That one didn't get that far away from Immel, and he made a lower throw to third. Nellis might have had DeWolf there at third. The 2-1 pitch.
Good pitch. Wow. That looked good.
3-1. Well, that looked like that was right in that zone where
Yeah.
he's been calling it all day. Yeah, I mean, it probably maybe it was low.
That's one you hate to see.
Yeah.
That's what you hate to not get.
Well, you got to credit Ethan Immel with a couple great plays in this inning to keep this score. It just 2 runs in this inning. Bowling runs that one right up the center. That's going to probably score 2 more runs. Here's the throw in, cut off by Nagel, and 2 more Royals have tagged the plate here in the in the 3rd inning on 3 hits now in the inning.
Bowling gets his 2nd hit.
2 RBIs for Cam Bowling. Boy, that one couldn't have been more straight away than anything in the world there, Coach.
That was a great job of hitting by Cam. He just kept the front side in there and drove it right back where it came from.
Bowling 2
Didn't try
for
to do
2
too
there.
much with it.
While Justin Keever's talking here, we're going to have a pitching change here. But let's just talk a little bit more about the thought on this 2-game series versus that 3-game series, Scott.
Well, a lot of the coaches. Well, one of the things that the coaches in the HCC really liked about it was that, when you think about the HCC, a lot of times we said that it's the premier baseball conference in the state of Indiana, which
I believe that
many people will agree with, or they'll at least want to argue with you, maybe. But and as the premier baseball conference in the state, they liked the idea of playing the 3-game series because it promotes more of developing the depth at pitching, and develops a lot more. You have to do a lot more strategy-wise in a 3-game series than what you may have to do, just off the top of that. But it's understandable. You want to have the opportunity to play some more teams, and so when they went to the 8th team, if they would have done that, it would have made 21 conference games versus only 14 last time. So it's it was 18. It would have been 18 with the 3-game series. So but it is what it is. Coach Keever said it's still get the opportunity to play in the HCC, so you still get to see the tough competition night in, night out. He just kind of wishes that it'd be have an opportunity to still have that feel, that college type atmosphere, and that feel of what that 3rd game. 'Cause I'm going to tell you right now, there was nothing better than going into that 3rd game when the series was tied 1-1.
I always enjoyed it. I thought it was great, but I also second your feeling that I don't think there's a better baseball conference in the state of Indiana than the HCC.
No.
And even when we had the Lafayette schools in the conference, they were great. Ethan Leslie is coming in to pitch now for the Millers. Have you got any information on him there, Coach?
Leslie, let me see here. Ethan's a sophomore. He's given up 16 hits this year, 16 runs, 13 of them earned. Struck out 14, walked 13, given up 1 home run. He's faced 71 batters, 57 at-bats. I can't tell. What grade is he? Oh, he's a sophomore.
First pitch from Leslie is high and outside to Jordan Milliken. Milliken was the victim of a 6-4-3 double play last inning to end the inning. High, inside, 2-0.
Well, it's not what you look for when your relief pitcher comes in, getting down 2-0 immediately. But being a sophomore, I'm sure there's some nerves involved. His first game here against the Royals.
That one's in the same place, high and inside. 3 balls, no strikes.
If you're Milliken here, you may as well just put the bat on the dirt.
Well, I would imagine that the Royal batters now, until he can throw a strike, are going to be sitting there with their bat on the shoulder. That one hits the zone. 3 balls, 1 strike on Jordan Milliken. We're in the top of the 3rd. Royals have already put 4 across. Cam Bowling on first. Milliken takes that one.
He rung him up and he doesn't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would look like it was just about at the knees. Full count.
He rung him up on strike 2.
Yeah. The full count pitch to Milligan. There's a high pop-up going off to the right.
He better be swinging on that one because I think he was ready to justify his action on the last strike.
Cam Bowling trots back to first. Leslie is not watching him at all. Another full count pitch on the way from Ethan Leslie. There's a hot shot into left field.
Base hit.
Played on the bounce by Lucas Williams. And Jordan Milliken has got his first hit of the night for the Royals. 4 runs, 4 hits so far in this inning. And we're back up to the top of the order. And that's going to bring up Anthony Eggers. Eggers, the 9th Royal to come to the plate here in the 3rd inning, Coach.
This is one of those innings that you don't look forward to. Sometimes you get in them, you're not sure how you got here, and you're not sure how you're going to get out of them sometimes.
It's all part of the game, though, isn't it?
Absolutely.
That one's inside to Eggers for ball 1. And we were talking about the competition in the HCC, and you take the HCC and you take Hamilton County baseball, and you got the best of both worlds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I was surprised. This is the first year that I've looked at this point in the year, and there's nobody from the HCC in the top 10 in the state, which was a little bit surprising. But you also remember that these teams beat up on each other during, while other teams go out and don't play the same type of competition.
A ball and a strike on Anthony Eggers. 1 on, 4 in. Pitch from Leslie. That one's inside. Go down to second. And Cam Bowling is back in time.
Eggers is up on the plate. Well, he backed off a little bit. They were trying to get that inside pitch on him. They've been close on 2 of these.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes if you show that consistency of hitting that spot, the umpire's going to give it to you eventually.
2 balls and a strike, and Anthony Eggers. Swing and a miss. A lot of room out there in right center field for Anthony if he can poke one out there toward that 360 mark. I'm a little bit surprised the right fielder and center fielder aren't playing a little bit deeper, Scott. I would have thought they might have played a little deeper on Anthony with his power.
Well,
that one's inside, makes it a full count.
One thing Noblesville does an excellent job of is scouting. And so, a lot of times at this point in the season, especially with somebody like Anthony who's been a starter for as long as he has, they've got 70 at-bats probably of his past and know exactly where to put those guys. And you also a lot of times want to try to make the guy hit it over your head.
Runners will be off with the pitch here. Eggers fouls, hits that one to left field. Williams is under it. He's got it finally for the 3rd out of the inning. So in the top of the 3rd for the Royals, there were 4 runs and 4 hits, no errors, 2 left on the bases. We're in the middle of the 3rd with the Royals leading the Millers 6-0.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
Welcome back to Dunker Field. I'm Brad Silbert along with Coach Scott Henson. Coach, thank you for joining us tonight. Perry and his wife over at the Palladium watching Amy Grant this evening. I don't know who's having more fun. If we're having more fun or they're having more fun.
I don't know.
I like Amy Grant.
I'm sure if you ask Perry, he'll say he is, because that's what he's supposed to say.
No doubt about it. Tyler Schweitzer had a long time to sit on the bench there between innings. Let's see what effect can that have on that pitcher.
Sometimes it can have an effect. A lot of times, though, it just, if anything, going up 6-0, it kind of changes your mindset when you go out to the mound. Now you're in more of a mode of trying, like I've said before, of trying to hit more bats instead of trying to miss them. let your defense work a little bit more, not have to worry about, nobody's going to step up right now and hit a 6-run homer.
That's true. That's true.
So, you're a little more aggressive.
There could be a 6-run inning.
Yeah, there very well could be.
Before.
But until then, you want to force it into the strike zone, because right now what gets you into trouble are walks.
Mm-hmm.
Walks are what lead to big innings. So you're going to see him probably try to attack a little bit more, even more than what he has been so far.
Catcher Ethan Immel steps
That ball's
in.
hit
That's
well.
hit.
There's some
Nice
speed out
play
there
by Anthony Eggers out there in left field.
There's pretty good speed out there in left and center.
I am surprised at how well the ball is carrying tonight. I would have thought with the high humidity, and they say the wind's out of the north at about 5, but it's not blowing that hard. Well, that's the first out that the Royals have had to make a defensive play on,
right.
Scott.
Defense woke up right there.
Yeah. DJ Owens fouls the first one back on the third base side. 0-1. Owens struck out looking in the first. That one hits that lower outside corner. Owens is in the hole 0-2. The 0-2 pitch from Schweitzer. Ground ball scooped up by Houston. Got to hurry to get it over to first, but he does. The Royals have retired the first 2 Millers here in the bottom of the third. Miles Cooper had a double his first time up. Let's make it Cooper Miles. I always get that backward.
Mm-hmm.
Our friend Craig Atkins over there on the PA reminding me. First pitch to Miles is popped up sky high.
Mile in the air. It's a tough play.
First baseman Drosty is over there. He makes the play.
Job.
A good job of calling off the catcher and the pitcher there. We are through 3. At the end of 3, it's the Royals 6, Millers nothing. We'll be back.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street. This is South 10th.
We moved 22 years ago.
Well, how come you didn't change the name?
That would have just confused people.
Well, actually, South 10th is Allisonville. If you're from Fishers.
Well, before that it was 37A, and before that it was State Road 37.
So you're telling me that Logan Street signs and banners isn't on Logan Street anymore. It's actually on South 10th. That's Allisonville and Fishers. And before that it was 37A and 37?
So you got that straight?
Logan Street signs and banners conveniently not located on Logan Street, but rather South 10th Street in Noblesville.
Exactly.
We're moving into the top of the 4th from Dunker Field, Hamilton County Television. Baseball brought to you by our friends at Logan Street Signs and Banners, located on South 10th Street in Noblesville. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'd like to give a big shout out and thank you to our technical crew. We got Will Wofford over here producing the game tonight, Lucas Lacone over on camera number 1, and we actually have the executive producer, His Honor, the CEO of Wofford Enterprises, Jim Wofford here. I think Jim came out just because you were going to be here tonight, Scott. I'm sure that's what it's got to be. He wouldn't have done that just for me.
Just wanted to make sure I didn't mess anything up is probably maybe what it was.
We are moving into the top of the 4th. Royals with a 6-run lead.
Will got hit by pitch last time. Let's see if he gets a chance to swing the bat.
First pitch to Cole DeWale is outside for ball 1. Swing and a miss.
That was a big hack.
Yes, Ethan Leslie did pitch in the game last night. He pitched the 6th inning last night, in the 6th inning. Came in to relieve Holsworth. 2 balls, 1 strike on center fielder Cole DeWale. There's a hot shot right back to Leslie. He just underhands it over to Matthew Peak. And for the first time in 2 innings, the Millers have retired the leadoff batter. I'll bring up Grayson Drosty, first baseman. He had a single and eventually scored the first run last inning. First pitch from Leslie to Drosty. Checked his swing. Did he go or not? No, he did not. One 1-0 on Grayson Drosty. Drosty's been hit by a pitch, was hit in the first inning, singled in the third. That one's hitting that outside corner once again. I'm a little bit surprised that Grayson took that pitch, Scott. You know, with his third time up, with seeing how the umpire zone has been so far. There's a hot shot right to third,
goodness.
right off the fingertips of Cade Nellis. And are we going to call that a hit or an error?
No, that's an E.
That's an E5.
Yeah.
So the second error of the night for the Noblesville Millers. And who are we welcoming to the booth here with us tonight? The youngest member of the Atkins family is here tonight to check out Dad to make sure that he's doing a good job. She just turned a year old not too long ago. 13 months old. They're still cute at that age, aren't they? Ground ball to short, should be 2. Over to second, on to first. They make the turnaround, and the Royals are retired in the top of the first, so in the top of the fourth. So in the top of the fourth for the Royals, no runs, no hits, 1 error, nobody left on the bases. We're in the middle of the fourth. Royals ahead of the Millers, 6-0.
Can I help you?
Yeah. I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street.
We moved 22 years ago.
You're telling me that Logan Street signs and banners isn't on Logan Street anymore?
Exactly.
So what are you saying?
Logan Street signs and banners conveniently not located on Logan Street, but on South 10th Street in Noblesville, Indiana.
Brad Silver, Scott Henson back here at Dunker Field. We are through 3.5 innings with the Royals ahead 6-0. Scott, we talked a lot about the conference, but of course the sectional's coming up here in just about 3 weeks, and that will be back here at Dunker Field this year. It was scheduled to be over at Westfield, but because of some construction, it will be over here, and once again, this will be a very competitive sectional.
Well, first, right off the bat, I think that that sectional, this should be the permanent home of that sectional. I mean, they do a great job of hosting it here at Noblesville. I mean, every time they have it here, it's one of the highest rated in attendance in the state. Jasper's always number 1, unless the sectional is here.
I can understand Jasper.
Oh yeah,
with their history.
Unless they host the sectional here, and then it's always a toss-up. But they do an excellent job here. The field is stacked like it always is.
It's a good facility. But we'll be bringing you all of the games here on Hamilton County Television, and I believe that is Memorial Day weekend, Thursday, Friday, and Monday.
Yep.
One of the changes this year is there will only be one game on Memorial Day, and that will be the championship game on Memorial Day afternoon at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll play the first 2 rounds on Thursday night and Friday night. Of course, we got Saturday in there in case of rain.
Well, that's what I was getting ready to say. Is the in case of rain is usually when it rains.
Hot shot. Drosty knocks it down, but he can't make the play, so that is going to go as an error on the Royal first baseman, Grayson Drosty. First error of the game for the Royals. Third base runner of the game for the Millers. Brady Walden steps in. Struck out swinging in the first inning.
Royals have done a decent job of fielding the ball this year, so that's not something you see a lot with them. They're fielding it at a 945 clip. They've only got a total of 24 errors on the year, so that's it's not terrible.
Drosty's usually much, much better than that. I don't know if he just took his eye off the ball at the last minute, or
that's his fourth error. It might have had some spin on it too. Sometimes the ball hit like that has some weird spin on it.
Yeah, because it kind of spun up on his glove. 1-0 on Weldon. Strike. He was up to count right 1-1. One thing I've noticed about this umpire zone, Scott, is he is calling strikes high, much higher than most umpires do call them. The 1-1 pitch, that was a little too high.
I was testing that limit up right there.
Miller's got the leadoff runner on base here in the bottom of the fourth.
Something they have not done against Schweitzer. So,
swing and a miss.
2-2.
2-2 on Brady Walden. Walden, the designated hitter. I'm trying to remember where he's going. He's signed for school next year. I can't remember where he's going. I'll have to look that up. The 2-2 pitch is a swing and a miss.
Fastball just on the outside corner. It's a tough one.
One down. That'll bring up Zach Groover. Well, the Millers have had a little bit more success on their second trip through the lineup here, Scott, in comparison. First time through, all six of the outs in the first 2 innings were all on strikeouts. This is the first strikeout that Schweitzer has thrown since the second inning.
You also look, and Noblesville hasn't really hit a ball hard yet.
No, they have not. Swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch. That was a nice off-speed pitch there.
Well, he was falling out of the box as he was swinging.
I think he was looking more for something with a little more speed on it. Looked like he could have swung at that twice as far out as he was in front of it. 0-2 on Groover. That one hits the outside corner, and for the second time today, Zach Groover is called out on strikes.
Strikeout number 8. 8 strikeouts, no walks.
2 hits in the first inning.
And then nothing since then.
Yeah. Matthew Peak steps in. He walked in the second inning. There's a high pop-up off to the right side. Nobody's going to get to that.
Now you see what Coach Maloney and Coach Glenn at Ball State like about Tyler Schweitzer.
Yeah.
See a kid like that, competes hard. Those are the type of guys you like to see at the college level. He's going to gain some weight, get stronger.
The 0-1 pitch.
Continue the
called strike.
Continue the line of HSC pitchers heading that went on that train to Ball State.
Yeah.
Brendan Burns and Michael Packmeyer.
Yep.
Packmeyer has an outside shot of getting drafted this year.
That one's high and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. A lot of college talent has not only come out of Fishers and Noblesville, but out of the conference and stuff.
Well, in 2016, the Hoosier Crossroads Conference had 17 Division I pitchers. That's just pitchers. That's not even counting the rest of the. It's not even counting the rest of the positions. So.
Pete grounds that ball to the shortstop, Jordan Milliken. He hustles it over to Jake Houston for the 3rd out of the inning. So we are through 4 with the Royals leading the Millers 6-0.
help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake. Yeah.
It's a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got a counter right here. Isn't this where you place the orders?
We sell trophies, we sell plaques, we do embroidery. No food.
You got carry out?
Unlike the internet, everything that you need we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
You know, Jim, I'll be back tomorrow to pick it all up.
We'll wait for you.
Don't wait long.
Welcome back to Dunker Field. I'm Brad Silbert along with Coach Scott Henson. And Scott, I don't know if you know this or not, but you just got the ultimate compliment
Oh, yeah? What's
from
that?
the man who is responsible for high school sports broadcasting, one of the primary guys in the state
great.
of Indiana, one of the pioneers, Rick Vanderweilen,
Oh, yeah?
just sent us a tweet and said, hey, that commentator's good. So you got a friend there, man.
I've got 2 more innings to change his mind.
Yeah, always good to hear from Rick. Rick,
Yep.
One of the guys who's very, very much responsible for a lot of the coverage of high school sports that we not only have here in Hamilton County, but all over the state of Indiana.
That's great.
Now, him being formerly affiliated with Hometown Television, Channel 19 from the Comcast days,
Yep.
now with IHSAA TV, and one of the good guys. Jake Houston steps in for his third at bat.
Well, it's great they try to show as much as they can
Yeah.
nowadays, the way they do that with the HCTV TV.
2-0 on Houston. He's been on base twice, scored twice.
That was a 2-0 hack right there. That's the kind of swing you take on a 2-0 count. Now, Jake's got some pop. He could, he's the type of kid that could leave the yard here.
The 2-1 pitch to Houston. Swing and a miss.
I'd keep chasing him on that outside corner there. He keeps chasing him further out. I'd probably take it about 2-3 more inches on that outside half and see if he goes even further. Looks like they're moving that way.
The 2-2 pitch from Leslie.
Nope, went inside.
Hot shot. That is a foul. No,
it was right off the bag.
fair ball.
Yep.
I thought the umpire called it foul at first. Will there be a play at second? He's in there.
That was close play.
Jake Houston never hesitated going around first base, Coach, and I think I thought the umpire called that foul at first, but then I did see him.
Yeah, he came out motioning, throwing the arm in fair grounds, and I saw the ball hit the bag, actually.
Yeah.
And the only way Jake gets a double out of that is if he's hustling right out of the box.
Well, and I think the other thing that happened when that ball hit the bag, it slowed it down a little bit.
Yeah.
It gave Houston the
tough play there.
opportunity to get there to second base. So the 8th hit of the night for the Royals, and that brings up Jack DeWolf. Base hit and reached on a fielder's choice, scored twice already. Houston and DeWolf are responsible for 4 of the 6 runs that the Royals have scored tonight, that combination.
You like getting that kind of production out of the middle of your lineup, that's for sure.
There's another. That one is foul. Coach Sassanella had to kind of do a little bit of a little hippity-hop routine out there trying to get out of there. Now, when you were coaching, did you ever get hit by a batter?
No, because I was in the dugout.
Oh.
Corey Seitz was down there at third base. That's the best way to stay out of
Smart move.
Stay out of harm's way.
1 ball, 1 strike on Jack DeWolf. Leslie looks over to second. Here's the pitch. Check swing. That was close.
That was close. Yeah. Surprised they didn't at least check first.
Yeah, I was a little surprised there wasn't.
Well,
an
the thing
appeal
is,
of that.
where the umpire's set in the field, it's a very difficult call
that
for him
would
to
be,
make.
Yep, it would.
Again, that's one of those things where when you only have 2 umpires, that makes it difficult.
That one's outside, makes it a 3-1 count on Jack DeWolf.
That's something that Coach Keever and I had discussed in the past. Of it'd be nice to have 3 umpires out here for some of these games. The same way they have 3 officials.
We are occasionally seeing that.
Three officials in basketball. You got all the guys in football. I mean, especially with the talent level and the speed of play that is in this conference, it'd be nice to see three umpires.
That's a swing and a miss. The ball gets away from Immel. That makes it a full count on DeWolf. I thought at first he might have foul tipped that, but the ball.
It looked like he was just a little off or wanted to try to hold up, but he couldn't quite do it.
But on the play, Houston takes third. I think that might have bounced in front of him there, and I don't think DeWolf planned on. I don't think he really wanted to swing at that, but he ended up swinging at it. There's a hot
hit.
shot. That's going to score another Royal run right between the shortstop and the third base.
Houston scores his 3rd run of the night.
Houston, as you said, got his 3rd run of the night. And Jack DeWolf is on base for the 3rd time tonight. That'll bring up Matthew Buckingham. He's reached twice, once on an error and once on a base hit, scored in the 3rd inning.
Got a courtesy runner at first base. Looks like Tyler Rhodes is in at first base as the courtesy runner this time for HSC.
Matthew Buckingham swings and misses at the first pitch. Did you say that was running for the Royals?
Tyler Rhodes.
Tyler Rhodes.
Yep.
Courtesy runners Tyler Rhodes at first base. That evens up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike on Buckingham.
One of those nights where the more crooked numbers that get put up on the scoreboard, the colder it gets in your dugout.
Yes. Yeah, I understand. You can see a little bit of a look of frustration on Ethan Leslie's face now. I think he's thinking, what do I got to do to get an out here?
Mm-hmm.
The pitch from Leslie. Buckingham fouls that one down the right field line out of play. Thanks to Assistant Athletic Director Tony Euler for his hospitality here at Dunker Field today. Scoreboard was not working earlier, and Tony, being the techie guy he is, he got it fixed.
There you go.
He's amazing.
I saw him walk out the door with a paper clip and some duct tape and came back and it was fixed.
2 balls, 2 strikes. No outs. Runner on first for the Royals. 1 run in, 2 hits so far here in the top of the 5th. Swing and a bouncer. Nellis picks that up. He's only going to be able to go to first, and he makes the play. That was a nice play on Buckingham.
Buckingham's got some wheels. He runs pretty good for a big kid.
First out, but that ends up putting Jack DeWolf on second base now and brings up Cam Bowling. Bowling's having a good game today. He's 2 for 2. Has not scored yet, but he does have 1 RBI.
Mm-hmm.
Bowling, the designated hitter. Tyler Rhodes out there on second, the courtesy runner. 1 down. First pitch to Bowling is over the outside corner, strike 1. Ethan Leslie really taking his time out there on the mound.
Cam's really looking for something middle in here, something he can drive just like he did last at-bat. So he throws that little slide piece, a little slider, little slurve that he threw out there. That's something that as a sophomore, as he gets older, he'll start making that pitch a little bit more, have a little bit more velocity on it. It's going to have a little bit more bite to it. It's one of the things that as a sophomore on the mound, you hate to see him going through something like this, but this is the stuff that is going to.
It's a good learning
Yeah,
experience. There's a ground ball to first, picked up. It's a race to the bag, and he got it.
Great play. Cam Bowling's got some speed too, so that was a great play by first baseman.
Matthew Peak gets Bowling on what ended up being a very, very close play at first for an unassisted putout for the second out of the inning. But on the play, Jack DeWolf ends up on third base.
That's Tyler Rhodes. That's his courtesy runner.
No, it's DeWolf.
No, on third.
Oh,
the courtesy runner.
You're right. You're right. Yeah, because I got the wrong guy here.
No, that's fine.
I had the wrong one.
Well,
I put him in the wrong place. You are absolutely correct.
First pitch was a ball to Milliken.
Milliken sends that one down the third base side. He's in the hole 0-2. One ball, one strike on Jordan Milliken. Grounded into a 6-4-3 double play to end the second inning. That one's way outside.
That was a great job by Emil getting out to block that.
Yeah.
That just saved a run right there.
Well, when I was in school, I played catcher, and one of the things first thing that they taught me is move with the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And I always thought that was a good sign for a catcher to see how they move with the pitch. That one's a little bit inside. Milliken's worked it to a 3-1 count here in the bottom of the fifth. Royals ahead 7-0. One in so far here in the top of the fifth. Run around third. Swing and a foul tip.
No, I'm not trying to project what type of athlete you might have been back then, but there was a time where you always tried to put the bigger, slower guy back behind the plate. And nowadays, you see a little more guys with a little more athleticism going back there.
That's why I ended up back there. Of course, that was the days before the designated hitter.
Yeah, or before the courtesy runner too.
Yes, but in my younger days, I could run to first real quick.
There you go.
If I had a double, I was in trouble.
Right.
The full count pitch.
There's a hit.
Well hit into center field. Barnes is back there, and he makes the play. Nice play by Cole Barnes. So in the fifth for the Royals, there's 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left on the bases. Middle of the fifth, Royals 7, Noblesville nothing.
Can I help you?
Yeah. I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street.
We moved 22 years ago.
You're telling me that Logan Street signs and banners isn't on Logan Street anymore?
Exactly.
So what are you saying?
Logan Street signs and banners conveniently not located on Logan Street, but on South 10th Street in Noblesville, Indiana.
Welcome back to Dunker Field, home of the Noblesville Millers. We are in the middle of the fifth inning. Scott, so far it's been all Royals tonight. Royals with 7 runs, 9 hits. They have committed 2 errors. Noblesville Millers with no runs and 2 hits and 1 error so far in this game. The Millers moving in here into the bottom of the fifth, and the 8-9-1 batters coming in.
Well, this is where you're going to see, you've got to, as coach, you got to turn this into a 3-inning game and try to get your guys to understand it. You can't try to get all 7 of them back in 1 inning. You try to string a couple good at-bats together here and there, try to get some runners on base, score 1, 2, 3 runs this inning, and then just try to put pressure on Schweitzer. I wouldn't be surprised to see them start stepping out, calling time on him a little bit more, and try to break up his rhythm. Try to get him to, and maybe try to see more pitches. Try to get him chased out of here. Yeah, anything to break. I mean, he's cruising right now, so you got to try to do something to try to break that rhythm that he's got.
Barnes struck out swinging in the second inning. Schweitzer with 8 strikeouts so far here through 4 innings. That's on the outside corner. He's way out in front of Barnes, 0-2.
So he was fastball first pitch, curveball second pitch.
Do we waste one here, or does he come right after him? He's setting up way outside.
There's a little slide piece on the outer half.
That one right through the legs.
That was a little waste. That was a little chase pitch.
Yeah.
See if he can chase it. Might follow it up with a changeup here.
The 1-2 pitch.
No, fastball on the outer half.
Outside again.
Outside again. A lot of times you want to follow up. A lot of times you follow an off-speed, a curveball with a changeup because guys see that fastball motion. They're going to be swinging thinking it's a fastball.
Yeah.
So you get them out ahead of that changeup.
Full count on Cole Barnes, leadoff batter here in the 5th.
Got him.
Swing and a miss. Second strikeout for Barnes.
Good job by Schweitzer not trying to mess around there with that 3-2 pitch, just going right at him with the fastball. Put his best against his best.
9th strikeout of the game. Lucas Williams, the left fielder, steps in. Miller's just on their 2nd time through the order, Scott.
Mm-hmm. That's what happens when you're facing a pitcher. It's cruising.
Strike 1. Williams, I've got him as batting at .306. Nice, respectable batting average.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit low and outside. Evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. 7 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for the Royals. No runs, 2 hits, 2 errors for the Millers. We're in the bottom of the 5th here from Dunker Field. That one's a little bit low. One of the few batters Schweitzer's actually been behind tonight.
Doesn't happen very often.
Nope. There's a foul straight back.
That went in on his hands.
Yep.
I'd look for that. Look for that off speed, that curveball or slider here.
Two pitch from Schweitzer.
Ooh,
That almost hit him.
That's fastball. Had a little run on the inside.
Full
on
count. He has walked 1 batter so far tonight.
Oh, he did, didn't he? Back in the second.
In the second inning.
Okay, I didn't think he'd walked anybody. Oh, that's
There's
tough
a
if
hot
it gets
shot down the left field
Nope.
line, but goes fouled into the Miller bullpen. We'll do the 3-2 count again.
Yep.
1 out, nobody on. Lucas Williams against Tyler Schweitzer.
That's inside.
That one was just a
Look at
little
that,
bit
yep.
inside, so Williams reaches on the 2nd walk of the night. That'll bring up the top of the order. Ethan Immel steps in. Immel struck out swinging and flew out to left field in the 3rd inning.
Emil is tied for the leading home runs for the Millers. So does have the pop to get one out of here, you know. So you do have to be a little bit careful. You don't want to, pave the way for him to get back in the game, but at the same time, you don't want to nibble too much.
Mm-hmm.
Right back
Swing
at
and
us.
a foul straight back. The 0-1 pitch. Strike 2. Schweitzer's done a great job of
Just keeping them off balance. Just keeping he's one step ahead of them.
a little bit outside.
That was a good 0-2 pitch, though.
Yeah. If you're going to waste one.
Good 0-2 pitch. Try to nibble a little bit. Try to get him to chase that outside. If he does put a bat on that, it's going to be a weak ground ball to second base, most likely.
That one bounces in.
Like Tyler tried to hump it up a little bit there.
Yeah, Lucas Williams I think he was thinking maybe he might have had a chance to go to second, but that was not to be. The 2-2 pitch to Immel.
Got him.
Swing and a miss. Second strikeout of the night for Ethan Immel. And strikeout number 10 for Schweitzer. DJ Owen steps in.
A 1 to 5 walk to strikeout ratio is pretty good.
Yes, not bad at all.
Ooh, jammed him. That's an easy one.
That's going to be an easy one over from Schweitzer over to Grayson Drosty, and the inning is over. So in the bottom of the fifth for the Millers, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on the bases. We're through 5 with the Royals ahead of the Millers 7-0.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake. Yeah.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got a counter right here. Isn't this where you place the orders?
We sell trophies, we sell plaques, we do embroidery. No food.
You got carry out?
Unlike the internet, everything that you need we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
You know, Jim, I'll be back tomorrow to pick it all up.
We'll wait for you.
Don't wait long.
I got over.
Welcome back to Dunker Field, 7-0 in favor of the Hamilton Southeastern Royals. We are in the top of the 6th inning. Ethan Leslie still on the mound for the Millers. He will face the top of the Royals order in the 5th, or rather in the 6th. That'll be Anthony Eggers, Cole DeWale, and Grayson Drosty.
Anthony's looking to snap out of this a little bit. He's been hitting the ball hard. I'm sure he's a little frustrated.
Got a pop out, a ground out, and a strikeout. Takes the first pitch right at the letters over the heart of the plate for called strike 1. The 0-1 pitch from Leslie. Ooh, that hit
got
him.
him. Nope.
Boy, that was close. I thought that might have got him, but he never started moving toward first base.
No. Well, that shows he wants to hit.
Yeah. Well, I don't blame him.
That's type of player he is.
There's a fly ball foul off to the left side. Clear out of the stadium. Nice sized crowd here tonight on Youth League night.
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine many of those players have gone on to play in their games. The 1-2 pitch, little bit outside, evens it up at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Coach Keever said that, excuse me, Eggers is one of the guys that he wanted to try to keep off base. Well, they've succeeded in that.
So far he has, yeah. There's a ground ball to the shortstop.
Get rid of it. Got him.
Cooper Miles picks that up, makes the play.
Really, it really has been the middle of HSC's lineup that's done the most damage.
Yes, it has. Cole DeWale steps in. 2 ground outs, and was he one of the hit by pitches there
Yes.
in the 3rd inning? There's a well-hit ball to left field, but that's going to go out of play into the Miller bullpen. 0-1 on DeWale. .333 batter. Both on the that one's going to go in for a hit for Cole. He's going to have his first hit of the night. Is he going to go for two? No. He makes the turn, but does get back. Now the ball gets away.
Ball got away from the guy at second base.
Yeah. We charging a throwing error or a fielding error on that?
That's a fielding error right there, I think.
On the second baseman?
Yeah, you got to make that stop.
So that is the third error of the night for the Millers. Uncharacteristic of a Justin Kiever team. They usually defensively are very, very solid.
Well, I'm sure that's going to be on the list of things that Coach Kiever's going to look to remedy before they head into next week's conference matchup.
I'm sure even with prom tomorrow, they'll probably still have practice tomorrow.
Yeah.
That'll be a topic. Grayson Drosty steps in for his fourth at bat. Reached on an error, hit by a pitch, and a single. Scored one of the Royal runs.
If you're Noblesville, you got to do everything you can to try to keep this here, keep it at 7 runs.
Well, they've got 6 more outs to make up 7 runs, but there's a grounder to short, stopped by Cooper Miles, but we'll have to see what the call on that one is going to be. They're going to give him a hit or an error.
It's a tough one.
Craig Atkins is sitting here in front of us trying to decide what should we call that. Has he made up his mind? Let's see what he puts on the scoreboard here. He puts it up as an error.
There we go.
E6. And on the play, Calder Whale moves over to third base. Second error of the inning. 1 hit and 2 errors so far. Rather, 1 hit, 1 error. 2 errors, I'm sorry. 1 hit. I'll get this right. 2 errors and 1 hit.
In the inning?
Take 3.
Yeah.
1-0 on Brayton Harrison. Steele, he should get him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got him. Drosty not a particularly fast runner, and I guess I'm a little bit surprised that they had him stealing at this point in the game.
Looks like there might have been a missed, maybe a hit and run or something.
Yeah, missed signal.
There.
I would imagine that might have been the case, Coach.
Coach is looking at the batter.
1-0 on Harrison. Runner on third, 2 outs. Top of the 6th. Harrison fouls that one back. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike.
So Brayton has 2 hits last night. Doesn't have any tonight. So Coach Kiever said that they want to try to limit the guys that hurt him last night. And they've done that. It's just the rest of HSC's lineups really come to life.
Well, the 5, 6, and 7 batters have done almost all of the damage.
Yep. That's a good pitch.
That one's a little bit outside.
That's a tough one right there.
Yeah, tough one to take. Especially with the strike zone this umpire has shown us today.
I think the Millers are thinking that one might have been in a spot that's been called before.
Yeah, I agree. 2 balls and a strike. Harrison
that was
checks his swing, but they said he went. It evens up the count, 2-2. 2 outs, 1 on.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Harrison squirt one through the right side. He goes the other way really well.
Leslie trying to hold the Royals scoreless in this inning.
Oh.
There's a bouncer to Miles. Going to be a tough play.
Nope. Safe.
And again, we're going to have to see what the official score calls that. That would have
been a tough one.
Very, very close. But the Royals do get a run on the play.
The Whale scored from third. I'm going to call that one another error.
And that's going to be an error, another error on the shortstop, Cooper Miles. Third error of the inning, and brings Jake Houston to the plate. Houston has been on base all 3 times, scored all 3 times. There's a hit into left center. Oh, my. Nice play by I thought that was going going to go right over Miles' head, but he does make the play. Good play by Cooper Miles. I spoke too soon. So in the top of the sixth for the Royals, 1 run on 1 hit, 3 errors, 1 left on the bases. Middle of the sixth, Royals 8, Millers nothing.
Can I help you?
Yeah. I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street.
We moved 22 years ago.
You're telling me that Logan Street signs and banners isn't on Logan Street anymore?
Exactly.
So what are you saying?
Logan Street signs and banners conveniently not located on Logan Street, but on South 10th Street in Noblesville, Indiana.
I watched him pitch one time this summer. Hey.
Welcome back to Dunker Field. Just talking about a couple of graduates here from the Hoosier Crossroad Conference, and Owen Callahan, a Hamilton Southeastern Royal. He's up at IU Kokomo now, isn't he?
Yep. He was one of their.
That is such a nice little stadium up
Tell
there.
you what, that's a hidden gem. I mean,
is a first-class facility.
For an NAIA school to play in a facility like that, that's a
Yeah.
huge recruiting tool for Coach Howard up there at IU Kokomo. That plus he's just a great guy. His staff does an outstanding job. Going
a
up
couple
and
of
watching.
years ago, we had our first experience up there in Hamilton County Television when we went up there for the soccer semis.
Oh, nice.
And beautiful field up there. And, of course, right next door, you got the new and you got the old.
Right.
You got the old Kokomo Municipal Gym, the history of that building right next to the, right next to the brand new baseball stadium up there. Quite the place.
Well, and I know the Jackrabbits, the Kokomo Jackrabbits that play there in the summertime for that collegiate woodbat league, and I know that they're going to have 2 former HSE players playing for them this summer, with Owen Callahan and Sam Bachman, who's at Miami University. But that's what a lot of fans need to check out some of that stuff and look for some of the local talent that's been around here, especially here in Hamilton County, because a lot of those guys do play in those leagues. So it's a lot of fun to go watch them play and at that level, facing some really good competition.
Well, Cooper Miles ended the top of the sixth for the Royals by making a nice play there at shortstop. See if he can start something going here for the Millers. They've got 8 runs to make up. Royals with 10 hits, but bigger than that, the Millers have committed 5 errors tonight, Scott. That is just that's almost unheard of for a Justin Keever team.
And Coach Keever had talked to me earlier in the day about trying to limit the errors, and so obviously it's going to be a little disappointing for him, but it's something that I don't anticipate them having an issue with moving forward.
No, they won't. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike on Miles. There's a high pop-up. Anthony Eggers looks like he's camped under that. No, it's going to be Cole DeWale. I thought that was going to go into left field to begin with, and DeWale moved right over and made the play. 1 down here in the bottom of the sixth. Caden Nellis steps in. Nellis has had a couple nice defensive plays today so far for the Millers, Scott.
Playing that hot corner. It's always an adventure down there.
I noticed that Harrison is playing right on the edge of the grass. Maybe there's a line drive just out of the reach of Jake Houston. And the first hit for the Millers since the first inning.
Right.
Nellis reaches. In fact, he had the other hit in the first inning. Got stranded.
You've had a decent day when you've got 2 of the 3 hits that your team's got.
Yeah. Brady Walden steps in, a strikeout victim swinging twice so far tonight against Tyler Schweitzer. A little bit high.
Tell you what, that's that outside pitch that he hasn't really been given to anybody there, so it's good to see that he's been consistent with that.
Yeah. Well, I've got to say one thing in defense of the home plate umpire. He's been almost not totally consistent, but been fairly consistent. There's a shot over to the right side. Anybody going to have a play on it? No.
That drop? Did he catch that? Okay, it dropped. That was a great effort.
I
That was a
believe
good
it
effort.
dropped right in front of him, but
Yeah,
Drosty got over there.
it's a long way to go.
Had a long way.
There is
to
a lot
go.
of foul grounds here, so that is
Yeah.
a long way to go.
This field, I think, of all the fields in here in Hamilton County, has probably got the most foul territory of any of them I've seen.
Yeah, Westfield's got a lot of room. Westfield's what we used to say. That's where fly balls go to die. There,
1 ball, 1 strike. That one's popped up.
redo.
Drosty
He gets
going
tried
off
again.
to that. Does he get it or not?
Nope, this one's completely out of play.
Still out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Brady Walden.
Special shout out to the DJ playing "Staying Alive" there for Walden.
Craig Atkins got his little rally hat on there now. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Brady Walden. Can Schweitzer strike him out for the 3rd time in this game? A little bit outside. That one wasn't a little bit outside. That was a lot outside and high.
I'm really fighting the urge to go full Bob Uecker there.
Yeah, I was too.
Just a bit.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Oh, that
There's a
ball's hit well.
high fly ball.
It's not
Center
going anywhere
fielder
tonight,
DeWale is under it. He makes the play. So DeWale has retired 2 of the Millers so far in this inning.
Still got a Noblesville runner at first base.
Nellis still at first. That's going to give it. That's
new
gonna-
hitter.
Pinch hitter here. That's going to be Jackson Hancock is going to hit for
Zach Groover.
Zach Groover. Swing and a miss by Hancock. I would imagine that Groover will go right back into right field, but we'll have to see at the end of the inning. Strike right down the heart of the plate.
Well, that's what you'll see here. You got a pinch hitter coming in. This type of score. Schweitzer's going to go right at him.
The Wolf lines up a little bit outside, but the ball ends up high and outside. Tyler Schweitzer probably, if not the best, one of the best outings he's had in his career, I'll bet.
Mm-hmm.
1 ball, 2 strikes. That one's over the head of Jake Houston.
Dropped right in there.
And the pinch hitter,
Great job.
Jackson Hancock, he gets a base hit. Second hit of the inning.
It's always great when a guy comes in fresh off the bench, gets a hit like that, and looks
Yeah.
at you over in the dugout like, hey, that wasn't that hard. What are you guys doing? Let's go.
Yeah. Matthew Peak. Peak reached on a fielder's choice and walked. 2 outs. A little bit high.
It's like they got Holsworth on deck, so he's going to be pinch hitting if he gets a chance. Holsworth's a big, strong kid.
Mm-hmm. That one's high and outside.
Looks like Tyler might be starting to tire a little bit. A lot of times on a pitcher, when you start seeing guys leaving the ball up and get away on your fastball, and that's you start seeing some fatigue in the arms. So that's lack of strength to really finish that pitch and get through it.
2-0.
Got that fly ball.
Fly
Third
ball.
out.
Looks
All
like
three
the
of them called
Whale's
a
going to
whale.
make all 3 of them.
Leave 2.
Third out of the inning. In the inning for the Millers, there was no runs. There were 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on the bases. At the end of 6, score remains Royals 8, Millers nothing on Hamilton County Television.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake. Yeah.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got a counter right here. Isn't this where you place the orders?
We sell trophies, we sell plaques, we do embroidery. No food.
You got carry out?
Unlike the internet, everything that you need we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
You know, Jim, I'll be back tomorrow to pick it all up.
We'll wait for you.
Don't wait long.
Welcome back to Dunker Field. We are in the middle of the 6th inning. The coach's decision
I bet they may bring him back out. He's facing 8-9-1. They may bring him back out and see how that first batter goes.
There's a ground ball right over the outstretched hands of Caden Ellis.
Third hit of the day.
So Jack DeWolf has his third hit of the day. And we will more than likely see a courtesy runner here. That is number 27, Tyler Rhodes, back in to run for DeWolf. So DeWolf reached on a fielder's choice. His third base hit
pinch hitter
of
for
the
the
game.
Royals. Caden Runo hitting for Buckingham.
That one gets away, and just as quickly as that, Rhodes is on second base. Nobody warming up in the Miller bullpen.
Runo, another one of those seniors on HSE's team.
Two balls, no strikes. Everything has gone the way of the Royals tonight, Scott.
Well,
it happens, though,
you know,
now and then.
It's like
that one's outside, 3-0.
You know, sometimes you got to make your own luck.
Yeah.
You know, there's always that that saying that good players don't get bad hops.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a reason for that.
Yes, sir.
You know, and if you look, they've done a great job tonight. They've pitched well. They've played good defense. They've hit the ball well. You know, you do those three things well, and you're going to be hard to beat.
Pitch from Leslie. That one is low, and he walks Runo on 4 pitches. Designated hitter Cam Bowling stepping in. Bowling's had a good night too.
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, it's been the bottom of that lineup. I mean, basically from 5 or 4, 5 down. They've really done a great job.
Well, 5, 6, and 7 has scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the 8 runs.
Mm-hmm.
And the Millers do have a pitcher running down to the bullpen. That's C.J. Stuckey going down there to loosen up. 2 on, no out here in the top of the 7th. Tried to check his swing.
No, Coach is probably a little disappointed there. You got a pitcher that just threw 4 straight balls, and then you check your swing on the first pitch comes into you. Probably not what you're looking for there. But that's why they give you 3 strikes.
How true. There's a ground ball back to the first baseman. That's going to be a foot race.
Yep.
And Leslie just did not get over to the bag in time, Coach.
No, he got caught looking.
Yeah.
He had a good Kodak at that moment.
I think he might have had a chance to make that play. So let's see what.
Like I said, Bowling's got good speed. So that's
you're going to give him a hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Second hit of the inning. Bases are now loaded with Royals. And we have another pinch hitter in for the Royals. That's Jake Stout. Is hitting for Jordan Milliken. No outs. The bases are loaded. Stout takes the first pitch for ball 1. I guess you just have to kind of say for the Millers tonight so far, Coach, it's just been a rough night at the office or at the old ballpark.
Yep, that's one of those days.
The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss by Stout.
You'll probably see a steady dose of some off speed here. Stout's always had trouble with off-speed pitches. It's like I can't remember if it's Stan Musial or Pete Rose talked about some days you go out to the ballpark and it just looks like one big glove.
Yeah, yeah. The 1-1 pitch swung and fouled right down into the Miller bullpen. Boy, he just got around a little early on that one, didn't he? 1-2 on Jake Stout.
I'd be surprised if he sees a fastball this time.
No outs, runners on first, second, and third. There's a strike call.
Holy cow, he called that a third strike. He called that strike 3.
Yeah. Jake Stout goes down looking. First out of the inning, but that brings up the top of the order. And, you know, Coach, you were saying that Anthony Eggers, he kind of struggled, and which he has in this in this game. But, boy, he's got an opportunity here, and this is probably just the guy you don't want to see at this point.
This is why baseball's a great game. You got one at-bat here, it can change your outlook of your whole day.
Oh, yeah. Eggers takes the first one high and outside for ball 1.
You know, you get a double here, you score 3. Now you're that helps make it a 1-for-5 day feel a lot better.
The bases are loaded with Royals, 1 out. The 1-0 pitch. Eggers takes that one high and outside, 2-0. Leslie's got to put something over the plate here, Coach. Certainly doesn't want to walk.
No, you don't
want
to walk a run in. I imagine,
but you've got a dangerous hitter up here with Anthony Eggers.
I imagine either way, he's probably looking at one of his last batters right here.
That one's outside also, 3-0. Now, as the coach, do you give Eggers a go sign on this if it's good?
Yeah, when you're up 8-0, senior, it's been in the game for a while. I'm giving him free. You know, he's a smart enough kid. He's not going to chase anything, but I'm giving him the opportunity to, especially when he's had the day like he's had.
Outfielders are playing deep. Infield at normal depth. The 3-0 pitch on the way to Eggers. That one's outside. And Eggers, without even getting a hit, gets a run batted in. So the Royals score another run. That'll bring, let's see, that was Rhodes who scored the run.
Scored the run for DeWolf.
And Coach Keever is coming back on out here.
Yep. I figured that would probably be the last we saw him after that at-bat.
And I think it's Stuckey who was down there in the bullpen. Let's see if they're going. He hasn't made the motion to the bullpen yet. I don't know if they're just maybe talking a little bit of strategy here, because Stuckey is not continuing to throw out there. He's just waiting to see whether he's coming in or not. Yep. He's going to make the change.
Well, a lot of times when you're the coach, you come out there, you utilize that as a little bit of a timeout. You want to talk to your defenders, try to help them get refocused on what you're trying to accomplish here, understand what everybody's supposed to be doing.
Yep-er. Well, while we got a pitching change going on, I want to remind you that celebrating over 27 years, Logan Street Signs and Banners specializes in last-minute signage and banners, serving at Noblesville in Hamilton County since 1992. Contact them at 317-773-7200 and visit their website, www.loganstreetsigns.com. Follow them on Instagram, Facebook, and also on Twitter. Nice Friday evening out here it's turned out to be after what in some parts of Hamilton County was a rather gloomy day today. But, also like to remind you the Green Scene Lawn and Pest, based in Noblesville, Indiana, has over 20 years of customizing programs for the specific needs, utilizing the highest advancements in turf, landscape, and pest control science. Call Green Scene today for all of your treatment needs. And this year, experience the difference of a top-rated turf company. Green Scene Lawn and Pest Control, 317-343-4222. Got a comment, Coach. You know, we talk about Green Scene being a sponsor for us here on Hamilton County Television, but you know, I don't think you can go anywhere else in the state of Indiana and find better baseball fields than what you have not only in the HCC, but in Hamilton County. Great facilities here.
It's been great because just myself growing up in Central Indiana, and you saw the development and how baseball really started to take off, and you saw how the high schools around the area really started to improve their facilities, and this one right here is really a diamond of many of the ones that you go to. But there's a lot of good facilities all across the state of Indiana. If
yes, there are.
You go some of the smaller schools. Western High School has a great facility. Wabash has a great facility. Even Plymouth, where the Royals are going to be going tomorrow, possibly. That's a great facility up there. They host a semi-state up there, so you get to play. High school kids in Indiana, fortunate they get to play on a lot of really good fields.
Yeah. Do you have anything on C.J. Stuckey here? You can
Stuckey's
tell us about
he's
him?
only faced 9 batters this year. He's pitched in 4 innings. He's struck out 8, but pitched 4 innings, struck out 8, walked 3. So I guess somehow that's off. The stats are off a little bit like there. So,
well, he's facing Cole DeWale now, the center fielder.
Mm-hmm.
Will swings and misses at the first pitch for strike 1.
He's a little bit of a tricky delivery.
DeWale has hit the ball every time he's been up. He's got 2 hits. He scored 1 run. Royals with 12 hits in this game. That was a little bit outside. Evens the count up 1 ball, 1 strike. DeWale had the pleasure of making all 3 outs in that previous inning out there in center field. You don't see that very often.
Well, that's the outfield. Some days you sit out there and you don't get a single ball hit.
That ball's hit well. That is well hit to right field. Zach Groover is chasing after it. It's over his head. That's going to score at least 2. Now the Royals are going to be caught in a rundown. Here goes a play over to third, and 2 runs have scored, but a base running mistake by the Royals, and it probably may have cost him a run here. It looks like
DeWale hit one in the gap and thought for sure that there was going to be some guy. He had double all day,
and Anthony
but the guys
Eggers,
ahead of him had to hold up a little bit because
Anthony Eggers ends up making the second out of the inning, but the Royals do score 2 more runs and get 1 more hit. And I'm told that the right fielder now is number 20, Jacob Hancock. He stayed in the game.
Well, Johnson, I think, is
Jackson Hancock.
Jackson Hancock, yeah.
Well, Eggers got.
So Runo scored.
Yeah, or DeWale got everything he could get on that ball, and he ends up on second.
So that's a double for him.
And Grayson Drosty just got hit by a pitch, so it's going from bad to worse for the Millers. Royals with an 11-0 lead here in the top of the 7th. 3 runs already in this inning. 13 hits so far for the Royals.
It's a good day at the plate right there.
And that brings up Brayton Harrison. Harrison drives that one. If that stays fair, that's going to drop in there. That's going to be fair. And
the 14th
on
hit.
the play, Harrison stays at first. And I believe, let's see, what have we got now? We've got
DeWale scored.
DeWale scored.
Drosty is at third.
Drosty is at third.
And
Harrison's at first. That is the 14th hit of the game for the Royals. And that's their 4th run this inning. Ninth batter of the inning, Jake Houston steps in. There's a high fly ball. First baseman Matthew Peak goes and shags that one. So the Royals finally are retired in the 7th inning, but not until they score 4 runs on 4 hits, no errors, 2 left on the bases. We are in the middle of the 7th with the Royals ahead of the Millers 12-0. We'll be back.
Can I help you?
Yeah. I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street.
We moved 22 years ago.
You're telling me that Logan Street signs and banners isn't on Logan Street anymore?
Exactly.
So what are you saying?
Logan Street signs and banners conveniently not located on Logan Street, but on South 10th Street in Noblesville, Indiana.
You got anything on him? Welcome back to Dunker Field. I'm Brad Silbert along with Coach Scott Henson. It's been all Royals so far tonight. The Royals in the Millers in the second of their two-game set. Royals won the first game last night at Ken Seitz Field, 7-4, and ahead 12-0 here. And coming in to pitch the bottom of the seventh for the Royals is Jacob Poor. We got anything on him, Coach?
Jacob's a senior right-hander for the Royals. He's pitched 4 innings this year. He struck out 6, walked 3, given up 1 home run. He's a big, tall right-hander. He's going to be one of those guys that's going to really try to establish a fastball. He's got a slider that he likes to use. He's got kind of an awkward delivery that can be a little bit misleading for some of these hitters. But he's looking to get some work. I'm sure they're looking to try to develop some guys, get some more action.
And it looks like
then Matt Iacobucci has stepped in behind the plate, take over for Jack the Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Iacobucci is a great story for that young man. He's tried out 3 years. It's one of those guys that kept working, kept doing what he had to do, then found his way onto a team as a senior. So that's a good story for him. But he's moving in to take over for Jack the Wolf in this last inning here.
And I would imagine we may have some other changes out there that we just cannot see right now because of the.
It looks like Jake Stout is at shortstop. Number 2, he was a pinch runner or was working at courtesy runner. Looks like I think Houston is still at second.
Houston is
but
number no.
They got Rhodes at second base now.
Yeah, 27 is Tyler Rhodes.
And it looks like you have a new left fielder. Or no, that's Eggers. Never mind.
Eggers.
Yep, Eggers still in left. DeWale's still in center.
Harrison is still at third.
I can't see right field, so I don't know if.
Well, we'll just have to take a look here and see what we can find.
Yeah, Holsworth is pinch hitting for Barnes.
Holsworth pitched the game down at HSC last night. One 1-0 on Holsworth. There's a swing and a high fly ball. That one's going to go way off to the right, out of play. Really, in that game last night, Scott, till the 6th inning, that was a nice, tight, very well-played game by both teams. It was a fun game to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Holsworth swings and fouls that one straight back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Be interesting to see how the draw comes out because I think isn't the draw Sunday for the
I believe
sectional,
so. Usually, well, they may have changed it to. Well, do they still do it on Sunday nights? I think so.
Yeah, they normally do. There's a high pop up going off to the right side. Right fielder chasing after it, makes the catch.
Is that Bowling? Yeah, that's Bowling.
Cam Bowling out there in right field.
Yep. I don't know. I can't tell. It looked like him when he threw it, because Bowling was DHing, so he may have gone into.
Yeah, I believe you're correct. I believe that is.
He may have entered the game.
It's either 3 or 5.
Yeah,
maybe it might be Caden Runo, but it's.
It could be. Runo plays outfield as well, so he may have gone into the game. Well, yeah, because Runo went in for Buckingham, so I'm sure he stayed in right field.
And we've got a pinch hitter here
Number
for
19.
the Millers. That's Alec Reese. Takes the first pitch for strike 1. Here's the second pitch, way outside. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Royals ahead by 12. The 1-1 pitch to Reese takes that one low. don't forget, coming up on Hamilton County Television, we will have the softball sectional and the baseball sectional. Swing and a miss by Reese. Evens up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on. There's a swing and just got a little piece of that. And just enough to stay alive, as they say, right, Coach?
Mm-hmm. That's all you want.
The 2-2 pitch from Poor. A little bit high. I know this has been a very tough night for Coach Keever and his staff and the players, but, I know as a coach he's going to try to use this as a learning exercise, too, for the kids, won't he?
Yeah, a game like this, you just try to take the positives away from it, understand what your mistakes and the things you need to do, but then you kind of want to flush this one and move on to the next one.
Another pinch hitter for the Millers. This is going to be Alex Zavak. What can you say to a team, though, after they've taken a loss like this, though?
Well, it's just, like I said, I mean, it's really taking a look and understanding. You got to learn from it and understand what the things that you're doing that you need to get better at. Coach Keever made the point last night and tonight, you take away some of these errors. I mean, they've had,
they've
5
made
errors.
5 errors,
and you can't do that when you're facing – I always express to my guys, you can't give extra outs to good teams. And in this conference, in this sectional that they're going to be going in, you can't give teams extra outs because they'll take advantage of it. And that's exactly what HSE's done tonight.
Poor having a little trouble hitting the strike zone here, Coach.
Yeah. But, again, this is where – you got a 12-0 lead. This is where you want to bring somebody in like this that could help you in the tournament. Somebody that could maybe he comes in and gets 1 or 2 batters out in a sectional situation. That's what you're looking to try to prepare a kid for, bringing him in a situation like this. Try to see what you can get out of him. Now, can't say it's never going to happen because I've seen some crazy things in baseball.
Yeah.
Well,
one would think, but like you say, it's
the likelihood is not.
What did Yogi Berra used to say? It's not over till it's over. It ain't over.
It ain't over till it's over.
Yeah. A lot of truth to that.
Yeah, he said a lot of things.
That's why we love the game so much.
Nobody goes there anymore. It's too crowded.
Yep. 3-1. Fouled back. Full count on pinch hitter Alex Zavak. DJ Owen on deck. He'll be the first regular batter to bat in this inning, unless there's a double play here. Pitch to Zavak. He fouls that one off to the right, out of play. Yeah, I think Matt Yakabuchi, the catcher, he's got to get the award for the name of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Full count, pitch coming up to Zavak. Strike 3 called. That was a high strike, wasn't it?
Yep, he's called a couple of them up there these last couple innings. But
2 outs, 1 on. DJ Owen steps up to the plate for his 4th at-bat of the night. Struck out once. Grounded out twice. That one's right over the heart of the plate for strike 1. Best pitch that Poor's thrown so far.
Well, you see this pattern. There's been a lot of fastballs. And it's just, hey, get in there. You become a pitching machine. Let's make them string together 17 hits in a row to get 12 runs.
Yeah.
And there's
a
hot one.
shot right between the umpire and the second baseman, Rhodes. I thought that was going to hit the umpire the way it when it left the bat, but Fifth hit of the night for the Millers. Millers got runners on first and second. 2 outs. Cooper Miles steps up to the plate.
I believe Cooper's going to IU, isn't he?
I believe that's correct.
I'm pretty sure he is, yeah. So,
Miles with one of the 5 Millers hits.
There's an off-speed pitch from Poor. That's the first one we've seen. Might be why.
Yeah, that was way off. Would you say that was a Bob Euchre?
Yeah,
a little outside?
Just a bit outside.
Yeah. 1-0. There's a chopper to the left down into the Miller bullpen.
The lonely, empty Miller bullpen.
It's been all Royals so far in this game. 2 runs in the second, 4 in the third, none in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, 1 in the sixth, and 4 in the top of the seventh. 14 hits on the night for the Royals.
I said, you see those crooked numbers up there that many times on the board, and that makes for a bad evening.
There's a shot right into center field. Millers may end up scoring a run on this,
they're
but
going to hold them up. They're going to station baseball here a little bit.
Yep. So 2 hits back-to-back here in the 7th inning, and the Millers have got the bases loaded, and Cade Nellis coming up.
It's the biggest threat they've made up. You got a pinch
Nellis
hitter.
is 2 for 3, correct? No.
Grant Braun.
Grant Braun is going to hit for Nellis. That's a little bit of surprise.
Yeah, Nellis has had 2 hits.
Yeah, Nellis was hot for the. He's been the best batter so far for the Millers. Bases are loaded, 2 outs. Top of the 7th. From the dunk.
Well, sometimes you make those pinch hitting decisions before you know that the bases are loaded,
yeah, that's
and then you
true.
don't want to go back on
yeah,
that.
I
And,
had
pull
not
a kid
looked,
out of the game.
I
so.
had not looked to see if he was on in the on deck circle.
I'm sure Coach Keever already told him to get a bat and get ready before this situation presented itself.
0-1 to Braun. Now 0-2. The 0-2 pitch coming from Poor, way outside.
He hit his spot. That's where his catcher set up. So that's a good job by the pitcher.
Every one of his fastballs have been outside, haven't they?
Yeah. If you watch his motion, his delivery, he pulls a little bit when he comes through. So
a little bit of a sidearmer, isn't
he throws across his body just a little bit. And so that's
the 1-2 pitch, high. Evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Royals would like to end this here without and hold the Millers scoreless. Millers would like to get something on the board.
Well, they just want to get to the next batter.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
That ball was
There's
hit
a well-hit ball. That's foul.
Yep.
Got around just a little bit early on that.
He turned the field about 30 degrees.
He might have had a home run on that one.
Right.
Still 2-2. Grant Braun at the plate.
That ball
a little bit outside.
Just outside. That's just a little bit farther. See, and that's where you bring in that new catcher. He hasn't been there the whole time to see where that umpire's kept calling those. So, he set up just a little bit further outside than what he should have, but that was a great pitch.
But once again, that was that fastball.
There's another one.
Coming right back
Got
to
him
it.
right there on the inner half.
So in the 7th for the Millers, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 3 left on the bases. Final score, Hamilton Southeastern Royals 12, Noblesville Millers nothing. Scott, your thoughts on the game?
Well, HSC came out and did what they had to do. I mean, they hit the ball well. They executed in all 3 phases of the game, playing good defense, executed on the mound, and did a great job at the plate. Noblesville had a rough time out in the field that put the Royals in a lot of good situations. Really put their pitcher in a few tough situations with the errors that were made. But overall, I mean, both teams are going to be. You're going to see a Miller team that's ready and prepared for the sectional come sectional.
No doubt about it. We'd like to thank our technical crew, Jim Wofford, our executive director, Will Wofford, Lucas LeCain, My name is Brad Silbert, along with Coach Scott Henson. Coach, we appreciate you being here with us tonight. And
it was fun.
Look
I had a
forward
good time.
to having you back again. We'd
I
like to
appreciate
thank everybody for watching tonight's broadcast of IHSAA Baseball on Hamilton County Television, presented by Logan Street Signs and Banners, celebrating 27 years in business. We'd also like to thank our other great participating sponsors, Noblesville Trophies and Green Scene Lawn and Pest Control. On behalf of the entire Hamilton County television crew, I'm Brad Silbert. Good night from the Dunk.